Hey, this is Andrew Brown. In this video, I just wanted to show you what logging looks like for Amazon Bedrock. So we're not really doing a hands-on lab here. I've already configured this for a previous project, and I just wanted to show it to you. So I'm in Amazon Bedrock. You go all the way down to the ground. You go to settings, and in here you can turn on model invocation logging. And so I told it to log for text and embeddings for only to CloudWatch. And I've made a new CloudWatch log group over to here. So what we'll do is make our way over to CloudWatch and go to log groups, right? And then in CloudWatch log groups, if we go down here and click into Bedrock invocation logging, we have a single log stream here, and it's showing every time we've invoked something. So every time we've used something, doesn't matter which one it is, a model, we can get information here. So here you can see we're using Minstrel. And if we scroll on down, I mean, we can see what was inputted, right? But we can also see the input token count and the output token count. So there's a few things here that should be said. So the first thing is that from a security perspective, understand that anything you're passing to your prompt, if it's sensitive information, it's going to end up in CloudWatch logs. So you might want to put that into S3, and maybe you might want it to be encrypted. I'm not sure if that is an option. I would think that it is. So if we go, let's say, to S3, yeah, so I'm not, again, sure if there's an encryption option, but the idea is that this information is being stored here, so just be aware of that. The other thing is that we can see, the region that it was in, the model that it was in, but something you can't do, which you can do with other providers, is like when you use Azure AI, you have to deploy a model for use and name it. And so if you're going to use a model for a very specific workload, you'll know exactly what it is. But here, it's very hard to tell what the workloads are for. And so if you wanted to try to separate out what models were used for what, you'd literally have to create extra AWS accounts or use regions, like use it in a very specific region to scope exactly what it is, because there's no way to get tagging information here. The other thing is that we get the input token count, the output token count, and this is very useful if you want to track cloud side or server side, the token usage. And when I was trying to use something with, let's say, Llama Index and Amazon Bedrock, something that I could not get back was token count. And so client side, and that's something that you might want to have, but just understand that depending on LangChain or Llama Index, Bedrock might, even though it provides that information back, the library that is coded might not be coded in the right way so that you can get that information back. And so I found that I had to rely on this, and then I found out those limitations around it based on the way they scoped it. So just understand, if you're going to build a project, maybe make it per account and limit to a very specific amount of LLMs that you're going to utilize so that you can keep track of your spend. And, if this is a log group, we could bring this into log insights. I'm not going to write a query here, but we could collect all the inputs and outputs, or tokens, output tokens, to figure out per LLM our usage here. We could have metrics and watch on those metrics to watch our cost. So that's how you would track your spend there, okay?